Hey folks, welcome to Affiliate Nerd Out Real Talk Friday edition. With me as always, Christen Evans. How you doing?
Good. I'm a little sore. We went to the water park yesterday and there was a lot of steps to climb and the tension of holding my body really tight as I go down the water slide. I'm kind of like, oh, ow, it's a little bit more than I'm used to.
Yeah, that's what being old does to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, thing.
I have a love-hate relationship with water parks. I love being a child.
Yeah.
I love playing with my kids, but I have an irrational fear that I'm going to drown.
Oh, valid. So I have a fear of heights. So climbing up those steps wrecks me every single time. But I love a water slide. And I did the one where you like stand up and the floor drops out from underneath you and shut you down.
Waterboarding.
I was insane, but it was so fun. It was Dexter's first time at the water park. Yeah, it was a good time.
Did you go to the one in Roseville?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, great place.
Yeah.
How'd the work week go?
Good, it was busy. I had my team off for Juneteenth yesterday, so cramming everything into Monday through Wednesday was a big hit, and then just making sure that everything's all wrapped up right now. But some really good conversations. I met with a couple large publishers on behalf of one of my clients, and they were super interested, which I love. That's always fantastic. And just, yeah, some generally good conversations, some good movement. I did find a fraudulent SKU that reared its ugly head again. A number of years ago, we saw this across a couple loyalty platforms where it's a SKU that's actually invalid in the brand's shopping cart. And so I saw that exact same SKU come through a different loyalty partner this week and raised a red flag to a few people. So it was nice to have caught that early and be able to help people recognize that, because I remember when it came through the first time, it was like, what is going on here? So hopefully we'll have that resolved very quickly.
Probably one of the biggest, what am I trying to say? One of the biggest pros to going with an agency and somebody with experience rather than a junior marketer is the money saved with fraud. You had that experience already. You can go back to it and recognize it quickly before you pay out thousands and thousands of dollars.
Really,
Ultimately, like hiring a consultant at your level for a higher price point actually saves money in the long run for brands.
yeah, having that industry knowledge, and this is something that we come back to with a lack of like standardization and education in the industry, but having that industry knowledge and having that history there and being able to recognize it really quickly rather than after it's been flagged as, hey, this isn't right. After payouts and locked transactions, I think is definitely a benefit to working with somebody who's been around the block a little bit, so to speak.
Now, speaking of industry stuff, we wanted to bring up the PMA stats that were
Wow.
highlighted. You can hit that QR code right there, or I will put the link in the article or the comments below. What have you got? What popped out to you?
Yeah, I love it. Obviously, the Performance Marketing Association, we've been putting out these industry studies for years. We are really excited to put this one out this year because what we saw is that the affiliate marketing industry itself grew about 49.8% over the last couple of years and outpaced e-com growth by more than two times over. So basically what that means is that while e-com is growing at about a 14% rate, affiliate itself is growing at about 50%. And that's huge for a total of $13.63 billion, which is absolutely wild. Again, Dustin said, click on the QR code or we'll drop a link, but go download the industry survey. This is definitely one of the highlights of the work that the PMA does. We work really hard to bring this together. So grateful for our sponsors for funding it so that we can put this out. But it's this kind of thing that helps us move forward as an industry and be able to better understand what's going on.
Outstanding. Great to hear. I always love to link back to articles like this and showcase statistics at the beginning of all the articles that I write. So I'm definitely going to be utilizing this. I will share let's see, PMA study. Okay, PMA study. And it now. Here we go.
Well,
I'll put it in. We'll work from there. Awesome.
posts. I loved the one that you put up this week, the first 100 lessons or in your first 100 episodes of doing your podcast. Congratulations on reaching 100 first and foremost. But yeah, that was just a really helpful one, especially as somebody who's just starting their own podcast. I'm like, how can I pick your brain? Literally.
It's been a long time coming to put that out there. and I had to get it done because I had 2 big pieces of content show up this week where I was guesting as a
Close seminar. And
yeah.
what else did you do this week?
Oh man, I forgot. I did it so long ago and recorded it so long ago, and then it just showed up. Oh, it's a podcast with Tad, and
Oh, yeah. I saw you post that. That's cool.
yes,
I'll watch
we
it.
talked all about the podcast, and I was their first guest in their
Oh,
new
fun.
podcast. DustinHouse.com/pod100 for those first 100 tips. And I was just forced to get it out. And you helped me out by saying, hey, let's just do one line item, try to make this too complicated. Ultimately, it could be a book, I think, in the future. But
But now you have a good outline for it, and you can always go back and expand on those thoughts, which you and I talked about this, like making it a little bit of spoken wheel content so that like the list is like the wheel, and then all of the new kind of like pieces, iterations can be like spokes off of that wheel that all come back to that central cornerstone piece of content.
so good. Appreciate your help on that. And thanks for the call out as well. And then I had another piece of content that I was really proud of that I've been waiting a long time is an update to affiliate toolkit. So all the things that I use as an affiliate manager or have used in the past and found helpful. It's just a list of links and products that people can go and search, but still pretty cool. And I really need to expand a lot on that to make it a really hefty like blog post, but at least I got it out just in time for that fireside chat.
And done is always better than perfect. You can always fix it later, but getting it out is the hard part.
Yep, absolutely. And I will link to that. Yeah, just that's such a huge week. I had maybe the best week I've ever had. Those pieces of content coming out. I sold one of my perfect 500 sessions. I'm going to be building a list for a company that needs some help in recruitment. Stash sales are going absolutely nuts. We had,
Okay.
yeah, version 2 is so much better and doing so much better. So really excited about that. And then I just got off vacation. We went to Austin for a little bit and got to unwind, which was cool.
That's awesome. What else happened this week? Any not so fun, amazing thing?
Yeah. That's what this forum is for. I had an incident where a friend of mine's got this opening for a job and he said, hey, do you know any affiliate managers? I'm like, hey, let me tap into my network. I'll get on LinkedIn, see if anybody wants to respond. And I got a whole bunch of responses and I got a handful of people that I trust in the industry. And I was very happy to pass them on to that next level, to my guy, make introductions. And that's what I do. People that I like and that have treated me positively in the past, they get that special treatment. They get on to that next level. They've all got interviews now.
Yeah.
And then I had a few people that have not necessarily wronged me, but maybe ignored me in the past. I'm like, I can't vouch for you.
Yeah.
And it just brings back to the point of, hey, everything you do is a bridge. And what you do building that or lighting it on fire is up to you. But like ultimately, you never know when it's coming back. So when you go and ask me for a favor, we better have some history that is posited in that light.
Yeah. 100%. And you and I are both the kind of people that like, yeah, we're going to help like pretty much anybody if we can. But if there's not a level of respect or reciprocation that kind of comes with that, it's going to be a little bit more stiff-armed than it is us just jumping in and being like, yes, absolutely, I'll help you. If you only take advantage of our help versus showing up in support or in some other ways, then it's very unlikely it's going to continue that way.
Yeah. Vic's in there. He says, what's up? Hey, Vic, thanks for joining again. Yeah. So it doesn't make me feel good to say no to people in the kind of capacity, but I want to say yes. Just give me a reason is all I'm saying. And it also goes back to that. Hey, just give a respectful reply that takes 1 minute.
Yeah. Like even if it's, hey, I'm super busy right now.
Yeah.
It's just is not at the top of my priority list. That's okay. But communication is kindness. And like I've made the mistake of doing that with people before. And sometimes people just get anxious about saying no or about saying this isn't the time and instead just don't communicate. And that's honestly, speaking from experience, the wrong way to go about it. Communication is kindness. And the more you over communicate, the kinder you're being. Just try to lead with that.
Holy moly. Great calls. Anything else on your end?
I don't think so. We've got 4th of July coming up, and June and July are always so weird in affiliate because it's like slow because everybody's on vacation, but also so busy. And I don't understand. Like I am slammed right now, but also not getting a ton of responses. I'm getting a lot of out of office.
Uh,
So it's just, summer is always a funny game to play, but definitely starting to do pre-holiday prep already. And if you're not, you should be making sure your brands are starting to get on it for what they're going to do for Q4. So you can start pitching really even as early as next month, those holiday stuffs.
yeah. I'll come back to that. Jim Nichols, I love it.
We love you.
Sessions together. Couldn't agree more. Awesome. Hey, thanks for joining in, Jim. Appreciate you. Miss you. Would love to have you on here sometime, but yeah, Jim's good time. Also, big tip I figured out and I wanted to share with folks something else I did the previous week, but I posted this blog post of 100 best or top biohackers. And the goal of this was I create this blog post and then I reach out to everybody on this list and say, hey, just want to let you know I showcased you here. Anything you want me to change on this information? And the response rates to that, like direct messages and emails, outstanding.
Oh, I love that.
I wasn't even asking for anything, but I'm just starting the process of getting to know them and moving them into a call on a later date. Maybe we can work something out, but I just want to highlight them and say hi. And I think this is a really incredible way to go about things.
What a good way to create a deposit in a relationship before actually building the relationship. Like that really kicks it off with a feeling of goodwill as opposed to, hey, I'm doing this because I want something from you. It's engaging and fostering. And I think that is always a really good approach. Nice. That's super smart.
Yeah. So just a tip out there for any brands that are looking for like ideal partners, make a listicle and list the people that you want to work with in the future.
I love it.
It could be super helpful and then be your entry, foot in the door, essentially. So yeah, awesome. All right. Good talk, Evans. We'll catch you next week. Thanks for joining in, folks. We'll see you around.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
Later.